Hey guys, welcome back to Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This is part 16. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons before we get started. From the shrine, you're going to turn to the left and go over here on the bridge with the two swinging things and drop off on the right side. You'll see a couple items glowing right here. We're going to take a secret path. So for now, I'm switching out my items and I'm going to use the Emerald Lotus Seed because that one is going to help to stop blight. Most of the enemies here, they throw blight at you, which I guess is like the poison, the green poison. Follow the path, and in this corridor, you're going to see that there's traps and they kind of go up and down in a specific pattern. So just kind of weave your way through them and don't get stabbed. And I'm going to stop and put my light on here. It gets really dark in these cave-like areas. To the left, you're going to have this weird grasshopper-looking enemy. Just take him out before he makes our day a little less fun. And then work your way around all the broken walls. Keep going to the right, and there should be an enemy in here. Sometimes there are two, sometimes one of the enemies is over where we entered. It just depends, I guess, on how long it takes you to get here. And drop out of this broken wall onto the platform below. And when you come up here, there's another grasshopper enemy. Let's get rid of him. And he usually leaves an item right here. Sometimes he might not, but every time I've taken him out, which has been quite a few, he always has an item there. Now, when you go up the stairs, you'll see a Bamboozling. Get him as soon as you possibly can. And there's also this weird kind of spider-looking enemy. I don't know if it's a spider. It also kind of looks like a hermit crab. I don't really know. It's very strange. Do the best you can with this enemy. It's not super hard, but it's very different from the other enemies. You know, learning the attack pattern might take a minute. Once you've taken the enemy out, pick up all the items around the area. You'll see right next to where that enemy was is a purple item. That one's important. It's a used mortar. This is one of the Wu Gang shop items, so you'll pass it on to Wu Gang the next time we see him. And it will give him a few things extra that we can buy from his shop. When you come up here, you're going to see these enemies that blow up. They're going to spawn out of the ground. And at first I'm going to try to lure them away so that I can go and grab that other purple item. But even if you do this, they still just keep spawning. So it really doesn't matter. Just run through them. Grab the purple item before dropping down and do your best to avoid the explosions. You'll see when we go up, they're going to pop up out of the ground again. So there's no way to avoid it. Just try and be as quick as you can. Pick up that item, drop down, and this brings us back into the same room that we found a shortcut in before. From here, if you need to, you can head back over to the shrine. We are going to be going down that ladder next. Here, I'm just going to check my impetus. I am pretty close, so I'm going to use up a little bit of my red mercury. Or maybe I won't. I thought I would. Oh, I know. I'm going to go and kill this enemy because I need so little that just one enemy will do it. So, yeah, that was easy. Just go kill that enemy and now I'm ready to get another upgrade. And you do that too, you know, if you see it pretty close and you don't want to use your sprouts or whatever in your inventory, there's usually an enemy nearby that you can take out. And in here, just upgrade whatever you think will be most helpful for you. And then we can continue on back to that shortcut door and then turn to the right and you'll see a ladder that goes down. That's where we are headed. Now this is just a shortcut to the main path that we need to take to continue the story. Be careful when you get down here. Try to slide all the way down. Me not going all the way down is what caused that to happen, where that maid attacked me. There's another one coming behind you, so beware. There is an item in here. When you go through the bars, and there's one of those large enemies patrolling down the hallway. But if you don't aggro it, it should just keep on patrolling. In this room, again, I did not time it well, and the maid got me. So take her out as quickly as you can and grab the item over here. Then you want to exit and go to the right up these stairs. Turn to the right and break this debris. There's a chest hidden over here that has a benediction inside. And then go on the opposite path. Now sitting on the bridge to the right, you're going to see one of the birds that gives an arm feather. You can just hit it with your sword. And continue on over the bridge. And you're going to see this rather large enemy. These guys are not too hard to defeat, but they're really dangerous because you often get them in rooms that have the very large copper urn looking things that are full of blight. So that's when they become dangerous because they swing that arm around and they break everything. That shortcut door we're going to open later. We can't open it from this side. In this room here, there are two enemies here, and immediately they start swinging their arms around and breaking the blight, which is really unfortunate. Just take these two guys out and do, I don't know if you noticed, but when I healed, the blight had not completely gone out of my health bar. So I wasn't able to heal as much as I normally would have. So do keep that in mind. You want to wait for the blight to completely leave your health bar, if possible, before using a potion. There are a couple of items in this room. Then go over here to where there's a lever on the wall. Push it and it will drop down this gate, but it will also raise the gate to the right. So we're going to have to play this little game. That door does not open from this side. We have to open it from another way. So take the only path that you can. And when you get to this room, you'll see another one of these crazy looking guys with the giant arm. Continue down the hallway to where there's a lever on the door. A lever on the wall that opens up the stone door. Go over to the left. This is just a dead end. There's an item here. The main path will be to the right of where we came into this hallway. And here you want to turn to the right. Before going down there, turn to the right and come into this room, there's an item on that ledge. We're not going to drop down. We're just going to grab the item. We'll get back into that room later. You can drop down, but you would be missing a few important things. So head back to this room and go down the stairs and see where that umbrella is. I'm going to show you clearly in just a moment. There's kind of like an altar with an umbrella on it. If you did not follow the directions that I gave you for Glut, the NPC Glut, he will be dead on that altar. So you definitely don't want to make the wrong choices there. Go around the back to the table to grab the Mad Doctor's research notes. That's going to be important in just a little while. It's a purple item on the table, so just don't bypass it. Continue down the hallway and take out the giant armed enemy. Sometimes you can catch these guys. They'll be like killing the maids. I don't really know what's up with them. They're pretty horrible. In this back room there is another purple item as well as a random blue item. And when you come through this door here, you'll see that's where we were earlier, where we grabbed that item. To get that blue item, you have to break those urns, but if you run away through the doorway, they should all hit the wall. So pick up the item that's on the table, and then continue over through this hole in the wall, and you're going to drop down several times off of these ledges. I think it's about 5 drops maybe. Just work your way down the path, dropping down each time. And when you get here to this wooden walkway, be careful. There is a maid that's going to come running at you when you get close. I, of course, am going to not time it well, and she's going to get me. I swear I did absolutely horribly with these girls. So take care of her and continue down the path. In this room here, it's going to be another one of the spider enemies. When you come in, it's kind of hiding behind the wall on the right. That little piece of a wall. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Does it look more like a spider or a hermit crab? Because I'm not really sure I know what to make of it. It does look like a giant head, and the body is coming out of the mouth. Man, I almost died there. That was close. Anyway, once you take out that enemy, you can go and hit the lever to open up that door. But go to the path on the right where the spider was hiding. Because over here you can pick up an item. And I'm not trying to break those things. I really am not. At least they don't stay active forever. They fizzle out if they don't run into anything after a few seconds. Here I'm going to take a health pill because I only have 1 flask left. I'm not doing very well here. Climb up the ladder at the back of the room and open up the door here. This is a shortcut door. Just in case you die, you can get back to where you were quicker. So if you look, this is the room where we grabbed the Mad Doctor's note. There are lots of shortcut doors down here. Lots of them. Continue back to the room where you can pull the lever to open up another set of stone doors. And when you get here, stop and read this note before you just run ahead, because there are giant stones rolling down this hallway. So we want to go upward. Wait for the stone to pass, and then run over and take out this enemy here before another stone comes rolling by. Wait for another stone and then run up the path. On the left side, that's the way we need to go. There are a couple of enemies over on the right. You can take them out if you want to. You don't have to. You can simply just go straight up the ladder, but I don't know if you have figured this out about me yet, but I like to pick up everything. I'm a bit of a collector. So now let's climb up this ladder. A lot of these ladders are pretty long. This one is pretty short, so let's be thankful for that. Here on the ground, you're going to find Jade Pendant number 16 and push the lever on the wall to move the gates again. Open up this shortcut door and you'll see that we are now in, this is where we came in earlier, but it picked up the gate we came through and dropped the gate that was initially picked up when we first opened up this area. I'm just baiting these guys over to me so that they don't explode on me. I don't have a whole lot of health left because I have played so poorly this time around. Kind of comes and goes. Maybe I had a couple days of break or something. Anyway, you can follow the path on the left to continue their main story path. Here, my curiosity got me. I think I heard the bird. So I went over to the right, took out that bird with the aurum feather. But over here, you can see we've already been there. That's where we took out one of those enemies with the giant arms. So there's nothing of interest over here. I'm still trying to figure it out, I think, during my gameplay because it looks familiar, but I'm not really sure. But here you can see that's where we opened the first door, the first stone door. So let's head back. Follow the hallway. If you can't tell, I was pretty turned around right here. I think I have my bearings now. When you come over this way, you're gonna have another exploding enemy hanging out over there. He doesn't seem to be too concerned with us. So I'm gonna take out this grasshopper guy just because he's there. There we go. We aggroed him. We're gonna run away just to make sure that the blight doesn't get us. Then we just, you know, wait for him to lunge and then dodge away. And he was guarding an item over there, so you can head over and pick it up. And this room is full of those grasshopper enemies. So when you come down the ladder, you're going to have to deal with quite a few of them. Just try not to get too damaged by the blight. Directly behind the ladder, there's that one grasshopper. And then this other one is pulling his way toward me. I don't know where he came from. And of course, there are blight urns all over this place, so do try to be careful. Over in the back corner, there's another one. There's also a bird that gives an aurum feather sitting on those boxes. See, there he fell down on me. So when you go over there to pick up the item, he falls from the ceiling. Then we want to head up the stairs before continuing on. Up the stairs, up the ladder. There's another grasshopper enemy up here on this ledge and another ladder. Continue up that ladder. And when you get to the top, follow the path to a door that you can unlock, which is another shortcut door. So here, this is one of the first hallways that we came in. Remember, we passed this door earlier. So now we can go even further from even closer to the shrine if you die. That makes things a whole lot easier. I think the hardest part is just remembering, oh wait, where does this shortcut go? Anyway, now we can continue up the stairs and we are outside again. When you get over here, before crossing the bridge, stop and speak to He Youzai.
There's something peculiar about this shaft. Now, the madam, alas, it said that... Have you found any clues?
He's always super nice.
No wonder.
You want to show him the mad doctor's note
There's more to this than me.
and listen to what he has to say.
Something must be missing.
Then show him the
Although the notes are
scrap
incomplete,
of the journal.
The bride, four strange... So, we should return to the Bai mansion. We might...
And then you're done. You can cross the bridge and go interact with shrine number 23. It's always nice to have a shrine nearby. And we went through so many twists and turns from the last one. Once you activate your shrine, you don't have to, but I am going to fast travel over to the Reverent Temple. If you haven't noticed, when you're at your shrine and you look at the fast travel menu, if there's a place where you see a picture of an NPC next to it, that means that NPC is there waiting for you to tell you something. There I went and checked the donation box. Apparently I did leave an item behind, so I just went and collected it. Come up the stairs and we're gonna find Xuanyangzi sitting at his desk. So you want to talk to him and show him the mad doctor note. And he'll give you a couple of pills, and that's pretty much it. So head back over to the shrine. We're going to fast travel to the Snowy Passage next. We need to go and speak to Wuchang for a little bit. We're getting pretty close to the next boss fight, but that is actually going to be the first thing that we do in the next video. So we're just getting everything ready for that now, and we have a little bit more exploring to do. When you get over to Wuchang, you can take a look at your inventory and see if there's anything you might want to sell him. If you have doubles of any armor items, you can sell those to him. Looks like I got a few that I can get off my hands. And you can also speak to him and give him the used mortar. When you do that, a few new things will be added to his inventory. But honestly, I don't buy very much from Wuchang. Tao King has more stuff that we could potentially use, and he carries the Jade Pendants, and sometimes Wuchang will get some interesting armor, but I don't really have any use for any of his benedictions. However, if you think they might be useful, feel free to purchase them. Let's go back to the shaft entrance now. We're going to fast travel over there. I'm going to put my light on because we all know it's very dark in these tunnels. So we're going to go very quickly as we can, to a new area. Now this is the first area that we explored, but let's just kind of run past these guys. I did step on that block in the middle, and this kind of helped me because the trap went after these enemies instead of at me because I hopped out of the way. Wait for both of these big balls to drop down, And what we're going to do is go straight ahead and fall down here where the balls did. This brings you to an area where we can open up a door, and we can also open up a golden chest. This chest has lost remains inside. Very important. We need all of them for trophy, and it's also helpful while we're fighting all these enemies. Now in this room, this giant enemy can't get past the stone ball, so you can use that to your advantage. Just wait until the animation is done and get a few hits in where you can. You can also use your spell once you have enough to cast one. It's going to take a little bit longer doing it this way, but not too much longer. It's not that bad. I find these enemies to be super annoying. Now that he's taken care of, or she, whatever it is, when you come out to the right, there's going to be a female enemy. If you can, use a heavy attack and knock her down. It's going to make life easier for you. We got lucky and got a poise break, so we took her out pretty quick. On the floor where she was standing is a purple item. You'll want to grab that. And over here, we're not going to go that way. We're actually going to go around in the opposite direction. But we will end up coming out that way. So let's go through this, this wall here, down the stairs. Continue around down the stairs, and you'll come across this cell that has Honglan in it. You'll want to speak to Honglan and deliver the news to her. She was a really tough boss. I don't know that I want to be friends with her, especially when so just if you read her dialogue, some of the stuff that she says doesn't seem very friendly. But we're gonna actually get a key for her. So take out that bird with the orange feather that's sitting on top of the wall, and when you come over here, there'll be at least one enemy, maybe two, that start attacking you. You'll want to take out the harder enemy first, the one with the red dress. The blue dress one is pretty tame. So let's try not to die. If you get frostbite, it's not so bad. It just messes with your stamina. But it doesn't last very long. Once you take care of that enemy, you get the dungeon key. Oh, there she is. There's the other one. We're going to take her out before we speak to Honglan, because she's just going to be a nuisance. So head back over to this cell, speak to Honglan, and give her the dungeon key.
I'll stay here for now. Our debt is settled. But next time.
See, I should like don't expect any mercy.
Expect any mercy.
Really? Some people are just so not grateful. Anyway, go down the stairs and enter this little cell here. And when you check the glowing blue area, we're going to have to use the examine pose, which honestly, I completely forgot about poses until this moment. It's been a while since we used one. When you do that, you're going to get Jade Pendant number 18. And if you're wondering where Jade Pendant 17 is, Honglan gave it to us when we gave her the dungeon key. That was her gift to us for helping her. So, yeah, we just got several pendants. Here you can see we have 4, 8, 12, 16 pendants here that we can see. I'm just checking all of them out. This 17 and 18 are at the bottom. So we are all caught up on our pendants. So choose whatever pendant you find the most helpful and equip it. Then we can come into this room here. There are a couple items just scattered about. You can pick them up or not. It's completely up to you. When you come around the wall here, there's another enemy. Well, it's not here. It's around the next wall. There are a couple of items here. But when you go around the next wall, there's going to be an enemy wearing a blue dress, so beware of that. You want to take her out quickly. Continue around. This door just doesn't open at all, so don't worry about it. You can't open it from either side. And when you come up this way, you're going to see an item on the ground and the NPC, the Storyteller, sitting down in front of the bridge. So speak to him, ask him what lies ahead, and he'll give you a warning about it.
But if you must seek power, then crush given to greed. Young one,
he also gives you a bamboo shoot. How sweet. Do not go on that bridge yet. Don't. Not at all. Come over to the elevator and use it to go up. This is actually that second elevator that goes back up to the shrine. The first shrine at the shaft entrance. Once you activate the elevator to go up, we can now use it to go up and down, and this is going to be very, very helpful to get straight to the boss. Come over to the shrine and do whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself ready, because first thing that we're going to do in the next video is the boss fight. So here you'll see I'm going to use a few red mercury to get myself another upgrade point. A few. That's quite a bit. 40. So here I get my upgrade point. And this boss is not super complicated like some of the others. You do want to wear clothing that is going to mitigate slash, stab, and blunt, and if possible have some magic mitigation, but this boss isn't too terrible. Some of the others that we've already been through have been much worse. Before we end the video, I'm going to go and clear out one other area. You can fast travel over to the bride's boudoir. If you remember, there's a room with red lights. There are 2 enemies in here that you can take out. They're both pretty easy, just the regular enemies with the blue dresses. And there's an item in this room, and as you can see, it is the opposite side of where we were earlier, and I told you we weren't going to go that way, we would come around another way. That's all that is. It's just this one room with that one item. Once you get that, you can go ahead and fast travel back to the shaft entrance. And for now, that's all we have for this video. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can always be notified when I come out with a new video or a new guide. And I can't wait to see everyone back here in part 17. Until then, Kaji always has wares.